We are live now, so we can check. You guys can check if we are live.
Yeah, sure. All right, guys. Let's see whether we were live or not.
Are we live or not? The student will start getting the notification as soon as the live screen will appear on
SBI
the
Clerk
screen. Na?
is. So
Yeah,
they
we are
will
live
come.
now.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, at the
hello
moment
friends.
we'll.
My name is Akash Shukla, and I teach you quantitative aptitude for all banking and insurance exams at Entri app. And guys, as we know, banking exam is going on, and most of the banking exams have been conducted. But one of the most prestigious exam, that is IBPS Clerk 2020, one of the most demanded exams among the aspirant, it's still being conducted, and it is expected to conduct in December first week. So still we did not get admit card. Admit card is not issued by IBPS, but it will soon. It will announce the admit card notification soon. So we have a proper strategy to crack that particular exam. Only not only for all whole paper, but also for your section wise, like quantitative aptitude, reasoning ability, English language. Basically, the strategy means what are the topics you need to study and what are the topics you do not need to study. This is what the strategy called. And apart from that, you must know what are the expected number, how many are the expected number of questions that you may have in the examination. So guys, we'll be doing all these things, and apart from that, we'll also be doing some analysis. Okay. So we have Mirja sir who teaches quantitative aptitude at Entri app, and Deepmani sir who teaches quant and reasoning as well at Entri app. So guys, we'll be doing some analysis, we'll be doing some cutoff discussion, and then we'll also be discussing some questions so that you can know how we can solve the question in the exam within a stipulated time or within a few seconds, you can say, so that you can save your time and you can put your time on another question. So guys, this is the this live discussion, and let's see how the live discussion will be. And apart from that, if there's any query in your mind, guys, so you can ask at any point of time. Meanwhile, we are discussing any topics, and we are discussing any discussion. Okay. So now we can start with Mirja sir. Okay. So Mirja sir have some analytics or data. So let me tell you guys, Mirja sir and Deepmani sir have some data with them. So they will be sharing some data with you, and they will be telling you that this is the cutoff, expected cutoff. This was the previous year cutoff, and this was the number of vacancy, and this is the number of vacancy this time. Apart from that, these are the number of questions at that time, and these will be the number of questions at this time. So let's go to the Mirza sir. Mirza sir, it's now your turn. So the session is over to you. So you can discuss all the things with the aspirant.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Entry. First of all, just start preparing aggressively. Why? Because as you can clearly see that all the examinations are lined up with their tentative dates, and they are not changing much. Why? Because almost you can say that this pandemic is will continue. So they knows, because as you know that UPSC has conducted its all its examinations on time. So IBPS is the similar kind of organization which has a reputation. So they don't want to ruin any plans of the aspirants, and it will be good. It's a good thing, because the examination is conducting on time is the best thing, because in the time of crisis you need job and you need some motivation as well. So here IBPS is going to conduct all the examinations according to its time. So the next examination lined up is IBPS clerical examination, and you know that as we have seen in the couple of days back that IBPS PO has been successfully conducted, and majority of the aspirants saw the examination level was between easy to moderate. So you can clearly say that the level of the examination was a moderate level. Okay, so I have brought you some of the analysis, and I believe the examination will be a will be of similar pattern. So let's see first of all. what was the previous year analysis of IBPS clerical examination. Okay, let me share you something so you will have a clear data. Yes. Okay, so here is the analysis of the previous year first shift analysis. Okay, because I can't put all the shifts analysis, it will give you a good idea that how many questions asked from various sections. Okay, so the first analysis is from, just a minute, just a minute. Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, so you can clearly see I have put all the three subjects analysis over here, and you can see that this is the reasoning section analysis of last year IBPS clerk first shift. Okay, you can clearly see that from the previous year they were focusing on puzzle. All right, majority, in fact, out of 35 questions, you have got 20 questions from what? From puzzle. And if you put it in the ratio, you can clearly see that 5-7 and 5-4 out of 7 you have got 4 part coming from puzzle section. That means more than 50%. All right, you should know that, because 4 by 7 in terms of percentage would be 57 whole 1 by 7%. And rest of the topic were like a bits of pieces, so any one of the individual topic can be asked. In fact, you can watch our analysis of IBPS pure examination, where we have put the analysis of all the examinations, and you can clearly see that only one portion was constant, and that portion was puzzle. They were kept asking puzzle questions, or you can say they were kept asking 20 or 20 plus questions from the puzzle segment. And those puzzle segment, as we have expected, that the level was a moderate level. Okay, because you will be getting a moderate level puzzle always. Now you can clearly see that, and
Yeah,
rest of the
because
topics
it's a
are,
IBPS clerk exam, na sir?
yes,
It's
yes.
a IBPS clerk level exam, so you will get the puzzle from not moderate
according
level.
according to the level of the IBPS clerk exam, you will still be getting a moderate level, what I'm
And this
thinking
is
about.
very definite. This is very certain that you will get the maximum number of questions from puzzle and sitting arithmetic.
Yes, definitely more than 50%. And you can clearly see from English section, you will be getting from reading comprehension, word rearrangement, close test, error detection. So these are the things where you will be getting a majority of the questions. In English section, they will keep asking you the questions from all the sections. Okay, while we are talking about the DI, as we can clearly see that they had asked you only one DI previous year, but in this year you will definitely get 2 or 2 plus DI. That means 10 or 15 questions you will be getting, because we have seen the recent trend, they were focusing only on DI and arithmetic portion. But yes, one thing has we have seen, your paper will be of your paper will be similar to RRB PO or clerical level, where we have seen that in the prelims examination they have asked majority of the questions from simplification, series, and quadratic equation. So these three segments will play a major role, or you can say important role, in the upcoming examination of IBPS clerk, where if you're getting a wrong number series, don't worry about that, because the wrong number series will be easier. And in fact, the mode of the paper compared to IBPS PO examination will be easier. All right, so the overall analysis is that you will be getting a paper between easy to moderate. Some of the portion might be a moderate level, but majority of the portion you will be getting easy level. All right, so I have some of the sample questions, but I have put it for the later part. So for the cutoff analysis, I believe Deepmani sir has some data. So over
But
to Deepmani sir.
before doing that, what
Yes,
I
sir.
want basically, I want from Deepmani sir side.
Yeah.
Deepmani sir, I think you also need to discuss some points regarding this analysis so that aspirant can know your point of view also regarding that analysis. So, sir,
Sure, sir.
I will call you now. So, sir, please tell the aspirant what's your point of view regarding that analysis.
Sure, sir. Sir, I already agree with the Mirza sir, whatever he told, but I want to keep my 2 points here. The first thing is that from the reasoning part, if your puzzle is strong, that means everything is strong. The main reason behind it is we know that puzzle is the part from which every time question comes, and it's not that only one or two questions are going to come. Because in puzzle there is a set of questions in which five questions or four questions are linked with each other. So puzzles from the reasoning section and DI from the math section, these play a significant role. If they are strong, you will have the confidence in the examination that yeah, you are going to crack it. Apart from that, talking about the examination, we already know that there are more than 2,500 vacancies this time. That is 2,500 vacancies, and 11 banks are already participating in it. So the main thing that I wanted to discuss is every time students face problem with the cutoff, that what is going to be cut off, how much attempt should be done. So I wanted to make one thing clear. It's not like that every time cutoff increases from the previous year. It's not like that. It totally depends upon the different factors. So I have used some of the PPTs regarding its cutoff part. So I have the PPT of 2019 and 18 cutoff. So I would like to present them so that student will be aware what's exactly the cutoff that is going with the banking, that is especially IPS clerk.
But
So sir, I would
yeah,
like to share my
yeah,
screen with that.
but before discussing that, sir, I would like to say the aspirant, like as both of the faculties have discussed their point of view regarding that analysis. So it is very true that puzzle and sitting arrangement in the reasoning section, DI and arithmetic in the quantitative aptitude, reading comprehension. Apart from all the miscellaneous topics, you do have to read in English language section. So this is the three key point that you need to adapt while preparing for this particular exam. So these are the three success key point, guys, I must say. So this is the whole conclusion that we conclude from this analysis. And now the minister is going to share his screen regarding the cutoff. So we'll be discussing some kind of some kind of talks regarding the discussion. I must regarding the expected cutoff and the cutoff that was there in 2019 also. So Deepmani sir, now you can share your screen.
Sure, sir. I guess my screen is visible, sir.
Yeah.
Fine. So, so this is the cutoff of the pre part, that is the prelims part, where I've kept the cutoff for the general category of 2019. So as you can see that for Andhra Pradesh, the cutoff that was there last year was 66.25. For the Assam, it was 63. For Bihar, 65. Chandigarh region, it was 71.5. Similarly, it was approximately similar for the Delhi part, that was 71.75. Goa 67, Rajasthan 71.25, Tamil Nadu 57.75, Telangana 61, Uttar Pradesh 68.25. The thing is that you can see that individual states are keeping cutoff, different cutoffs are there. The thing is that it totally depends upon the number of vacancies in that particular state that are released by different banks. Fine. Now, for the Haryana part, it was 68.5. For Himachal Pradesh, it was 62.25. For Jharkhand, 73. Karnataka, 53.25. Kerala, 73.5. Madhya Pradesh, 70. Maharashtra, 61.50. Uh, this was Maharashtra's was 71.50. Punjab was 66.25. Uttarakhand was 76, and West Bengal's part was 70.75. This was the cutoff that was kept for the prelims examination. The thing that I was saying was about the mains examination. See, the mains cutoff is given. These are the cutoffs that are given for the 2019. And we have a tendency, or we have a thing in mind that every year cutoff increases. But here you will see that in comparison to 2018, there was some degrade in the cutoff. So it totally depends upon the vacancies, number of aspirants. There are many different factors that totally depends. So you can't directly assume that yes, this was 45 last year, so it would be 48 or 50 this year. So it will depend upon the level of the examination. So as we can see, Andhra Pradesh's cutoff for 2019 was 45.13. But if I go for 2018's cutoff, its cutoff was 50.98 in 2018, and you can see that there was a degradation of 5 marks. Fine. So for the Assam part, it was 41.88. For the Bihar candidates, it was 45.38. Chhattisgarh, 43.63. Goa's part, 35. Gujarat, 42.25. Rajasthan, 47.38. Tamil Nadu, 47. Telangana, 43.88. Uttar Pradesh, 45.13. Delhi, around 50, that is 49.63. Similarly, for Jammu and Kashmir, it was 49.25. And talking about all these cutoffs, if I go with the cutoff that were there in the 2018, it you will see that they were increasing. That is, as I already told you, Andhra Pradesh cutoff is here 50.98. Assam's cutoff is here is 49.83, and this is of 2018. And talking about Assam's cutoff in 2019, it was just 41.88. So the main thing that I want to say is that just keep your preparation intact and don't worry about the cutoff that was there last year, because it totally depends upon you, upon all the candidates, and upon the number of vacancies. Fine. So these are the cutoffs that I mentioned on the screen for you all. So
Yeah, so Mirza sir, I think we can conclude 2 points here. The one major point that we can conclude from this cutoff, the cutoff depends on the
Yeah.
number of the vacancies that particular state has. And the second point we can conclude here is that the cutoff is being increased year by year. For example, if the cutoff of a particular state is 42 or 58, for example, 58 cutoff was there of UP last year, then definitely 58 plus will be the cutoff in 2020. So this is the conclusion we can take from this discussion that Deepmani sir had. So Major sir, what you say cutoff will be how much the what will be the expected cutoff in 2020?
The thing is that the cutoff from the northern region will always be on a higher side, because as we have seen that Deep Minister shows us the prelims cutoff that the Chandigarh and Delhi region cutoff was higher on 70s. Why? Because majority of the aspirants participates in the Delhi region, and from Delhi region they transfer to either Haryana, Chandigarh, or Uttarakhand. All right, and we have seen a shift in Uttar Pradesh cutoffs as well. As we know that the Uttar Pradesh has a larger population, and it is also a larger state. So it is bound to get a high cutoff. What I'm trying to say is that this year we have seen the vacancies are in Maharashtra is the largest. Okay, so we have seen that the vacancies in Maharashtra is the largest at the moment, and after that we have seen some increase. In fact, 1,000 vacancies has increased, and the biggest gain we have seen is with Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. We have seen that Uttar Pradesh and Bihar has a combined vacancy of 225 around. All right, around 200 plus vacancies. But after increasing, we have seen it jumps. All right, so what I'm trying to say that you will still be getting higher cutoff in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, uh, Haryana, uh, Delhi region, and Chandigarh. You will still be getting the higher cutoff. All right, and southern states will also be a separate cutoff. I believe the cutoffs will be on a higher side this year as well. Why? Because the vacancies are not as much as of the previous year one. So it would be higher. That's why I thought that the question paper will be on some side will be getting a lengthy paper. Why? And the only section you can get stuck is the reasoning part and a quant part. All right, because they can't force an aspirant to attempt a hard version of English paper. Why? Because they don't need a very fluent or you can say very good communication skill aspirant. Why? Because in clerical division, we have seen that they were only dealing with transaction related issues and data entry issues, so they don't I believe they don't need high level English English speaking aspirants. So in my opinion, they will keep the reasoning section and quant section on a tougher note. So that's my analysis.
I agree, sir. I have a point to keep. As you told about the vacancies, so student must be aware what's the difference between the vacancies of last year and the present year. Sir, as you concluded, that was exactly correct. The thing was that last year the total number of vacancies were around 12,000, and this time number of vacancies are 2,500. So yeah, since vacancies are less, candidates are extra. So there is no doubt that cutoff is going to increase because there would be a high competition between them, and it's very obvious.
Definitely, definitely. Yes. So yeah, we had a very fruitful conversation regarding the cutoff and expected number of questions that was there that will be there in the 2020 examination. So guys, so far we have whatever we have discussed. If there's any query related to that discussion, then you can ask us. Okay, we are here to answer your doubts only. Okay, guys. So anything related to the discussion that we had so far. So now Major sir have some questions and Deepmani sir also has some question to discuss with you, like how you need to attempt the question in the examination. So this is why we add the question, just to tell you, because we want to tell you guys how you need to solve the question in the exam. Banking exams is different from other exam in only there's a one thing, just the way of solving the question. So SSC and RRB aspirant solve the question with a different way, and banking aspirant solve the question with a different way. And in all the banking exam, the questions are compiled in a form that you need to adapt some another kind of method to solve that particular question. So this is the scenario why why we include the question in the session. So Major sir, now you can discuss the question with the aspirant. Major sir, you need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
unmute the voice.
got it, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the question. As we can clearly see that this was the previous year IBPS clerical question, and you can clearly see that it was on a quadratic equation. You can see that from here it is the standard form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So how can you solve it? You will clearly see that this was y minus 13's whole square. All right, so it is y minus 13's whole square. That means your y will be equivalent to 13 and 13, while your x will be equivalent to 14 and minus 14. So how can you solve that? You can clearly see that x was greater than y, similarly greater than y, while x was less than y. So because the negative sentence or the negative number will always be smaller than the positive number. So here we can clearly see that the answer is what? One thing is greater than and the second thing is less than. That means your answer cannot be determined. Either you'll be getting greater than or less than. One thing you should know, that you don't have to solve this kind of question. All right, we have taught you in our foundation course as well as in the mains course that you don't need to write down for quadratic equation. You can just watch the question and you can solve it in your mind. So it's just a matter of time. The more time you save, the more you can spend on a tougher question. Like let's take, you can practice this question as well, okay, because it's a simple question. Let me put you a good logical question. You can clearly see that here two trains of lengths. It's a very logical question and you don't have to write down. All right, in this kind of question as well, look at this. Two trains of 200 meter and 300 meter. All right, here we can clearly see that pass each other with constant and same speeds. Okay, so the speeds are same. All right, on parallel tracks in opposite direction. So they are coming towards each other. All right, the criteria is clear. Okay, the drivers and the guard. So the driver is at front and the guard is at the back. Similarly for second train as well. All right, the time gap between the drivers passing each other. Okay, so here we have seen that the drivers 1 and 2 are passing each other. That means one train is going towards guard 1 and the second train is going towards guard 2. All right, the time gap between drivers passing each other and first driver guard passing each other. All right, so first driver guard pass, definitely the second guard will pass first driver in the first position. After that they can pass it the second guard. So when they have reached 200 meter inside the first train. All right. So after covering this 200-meter distance in the second train, you can clearly see that they took 30 seconds. So they are asking about after passing the first driver guard pair, how much time will the other driver guard pair pass each other? That means you have been left only 100 meter. So if you took 30 seconds for passing 200 meter, that means you need to pass only 100 meter left. So what would you do? You'll divide it by 2 and you'll get the correct answer. Then you will say that, sir, it could be a different time. No, it won't be a different time because the speeds are similar to each other. That means nobody will move faster than each other. That means the speeds are constant. So you will clearly say that the constant related speed will be there. That means it should be 2s. Why? Because both the trains are coming towards each other. So this question belongs to a pure concept and a logical one. You don't need to solve all the datas and keep solving in the and get stuck in the calculation. You just need to use your logic. So that's where your answer would be 15 seconds. So that's why I have put this kind of question. I believe you won't be getting any kind of this kind of level, this kind of question, because the level of the question is a bit tougher, higher compared to the clerical level questions paper. All right, so this is the these are some questions. You can practice it, and we have already taught you in foundation course and crash course and mains level course. So you can go over the Entri app and watch all the videos of us. So over to you, Akash
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. Very well said and very well explained by Mr. Sir. So, guys, nothing can make smart you while solving the question. Only the way of solving the question can make smart. Okay. So, the most beautiful way, I must say, the most beautiful way you need to adapt to, the most smartest way you need to adapt while solving the question. Okay, and now I will ask Deepani sir, is there any question you want to discuss with aspirant? If you have, then we can discuss. Otherwise, we can wind up the session.
I think, sir, it's enough. But the only thing that I'll say is that please do not go with all those traditional methods. Please go with the methods as explained by Mirza sir and all the tricks that are given on the entries application. I'll not say them tricks, but I'll say the faster means of solving the questions. Because if your speed is good, if your accuracy is good, nothing is going to stop you from getting the seat in the bank. So please go with the speed and accuracy, and please follow our application where you are going to get each and everything that you want. And we are always there to help you out. Akash sir.
And it's very good to announce you guys, we have already launched a bank PO and clerk Maha mains course, where you will be getting all the mains course video or the video classes based on your mains exams, and all the videos will be divided into the different section. Like you will have the videos from quantitative aptitude, reasoning ability, your English language, computer awareness, current affairs, banking awareness. So all the sections that are being asked in your mains exams are there in terms of video lecture. So guys, you can access the video, you can have all the chapter wise videos from the app. And apart from that, we are also giving you the mains level practice questions in the app. So guys, we have already launched that course. If you are not aware of that, then you can download the app, link in the description field, and you can avail that opportunity. So guys, this thing I also needed to convey you that we have launched the Maha Mains course, and we all are teaching there. We all are taking the lectures there. If there's any query regarding any of the lectures that we have taken or we have taught you, then you are feel free to ask, and you can also discuss in the discuss post given in the entry app. So guys, we have launched, I will repeat my word, we have launched Maha Mains course for all bank PO and clerk mains exam. If you are preparing for SBI PO, SBI clerk, IBPS PO, IBPS clerk, RRB PO, RRB clerk, or any of the insurance exams that you know and you are preparing for, then you can go for this course. So guys, you can avail the opportunity. So I think we need to wind up the session. We have done with all the discussion, and what we have discussed. So let me summarize all the points, guys. We have discussed with you what was the analysis of the last year paper and how many will be the expected number of question in 2020. Apart from that, uh, we did the cutoff discussion. Okay, so if you are not in the video, then you are not in the video, then you can rewind the video and you can have that discussion also. So we have discussed the cutoff also. Okay, and the expected cutoff we have also discussed. Apart from that, we have discussed how you need to solve the question in the exam. So this was the session, guys. If you were not there in the session, then you can rewind the video and you can avail all the content that was there in the session. So now I think we should wind up the session, and if there's any query in your mind, guys, after this session, then you can comment. Okay, you are feel free to comment anything. Will be there to reply your comments. And if you want that we should make a video on that particular topic, then we'll come with the topic also. So just please let us know that this is the topic you want us to discuss. Okay guys, so I think we should wind up the session. Thank you very much all. So bye bye, take care.